Most of my working life has been spent with training people and involved in training and education outcomes within business. I've seen many people over the years grow in their job roles, assuming greater responsibilities in their work roles and also contributing positively as members of their communities. These people often go on to become leaders in their own right, and I'm sure that if all of you reflect on that, you'll know and have experienced or seen others in your communities walk that path as well. One of the things I've always seen, and I have great faith in, is the performance of the younger generations to show us new ways. Really, when you look at them, and for me, the experience is I see the future in their faces and their eyes. In my working life, I look around now and see young blossoming businesses, and I know that they're coping with a totally different scenario than I cope with in my working life. And I think that they often do provide the solutions that we see or need today to meet today's challenges. Change facilitation has been at the forefront of my thinking for a long time. I see it, and I'm sure you would agree, that it could give us the great leap in productivity and efficiency needed by our nation or our region if we focus on it and embrace change. Positive change will be positive for business, obviously, and give us all financial security and retain employees in our companies and allow us to grow. Phoenix Group is a young company led by a younger generation. Adrian Hindley and Catherine, his wife, their generation sees things differently to mine. So when Adrian, Catherine and I discussed growing the company, it was a different discussion than I'd experienced before in my working life. A lot of the limiting perceptions were not there, and oftentimes things that I thought might be a challenge were presented to me in a different way. So there's the generational thing. Of course, growth is the path that we set out on, because in these times, if we sit back and hold our own, we'll find very quickly that in the competitive market of Gladstone, and that is in Rockhampton now, that market share will overtake us, and we'll probably lose market share. So it's important for us to have a growth strategy that'll assist us to retain our market share and also to grow. So it's a double-edged sword. So we reflect that secondly, and equally important, the first important strategy, of course, is the financial strategies, and there's some good points that come from Steve and Ian's presentation about actions on that. Focuses that are needed to set those financial strategies in place to work out the second strategies. Today it's really the second strategies that I focus on. So we believe at Phoenix Group that it was very important for us to consider who we are. Sounds simple. What makes a company? People, jobs? Yeah, it's a simplistic question. But when you reflect on it, it is a very important question. And it goes to the core of who we are and how we perform financially and with our people. Companies are all about people. Yeah, simplistic again. But what kind of people should we attract to our companies to enable it to meet the rising challenges today? Really, we're in staffing challenge times. It's difficult to get the right people, and it's even more difficult to retain them. The right kind of people in a company can help you stay the path that you've chosen, so it can assist with your strategic direction. So it needs a lot of focus. Some people try to compete on salary, but there's something else. It's an intrinsic value that we can give our staff. Phoenix Group makes the statement publicly and in participation with its communities that we take our people seriously. We care about our people. Their performance in work and in the community is of equal value to us. Yes, we all know that one of the skill sets you need is a good work ethic, attitudes, skill set. They're all there. but there's more that we look for than just that, especially for our key leadership positions. There are intrinsic ideals that also attract people to companies. So we say, well, we struggle to find people. Who are we? What persona are we presenting to the community? Some of these values that we hold dear in our company not only attract people to our company, it attracts clients, and it also assists people to conduct the day-to-day activities within their company. People, be they clients or employers or employees, are attracted to people with a vision, mission and culture. Now, over the years, and certainly in my working life, I've had a lot of stuff given to me, said to me, presented to me about vision, mission and culture. But really, as I'll demonstrate to you, they are inherent things to improve your company, to enable it to grow and to meet the challenges of the future. These are the fundamentals to growth. So at that meeting, Catherine, Adrian and I at Phoenix Group, we set out to develop our pathway. Our vision, mission and culture is very much who we are. In these competitive times, market share is all important. And like any company in these times, we need to push our people a little too. So there'll be times when we're ramping up or we have some difficult decisions to make. And as we all know, people within companies, our employees, can present us with difficult decisions. If we really know who we are, then we're better equipped to deal with those matters. We feel that we must strive more than ever to achieve our market share and to grow. Gladstone in our region is beset with multinational companies, and some of that is affecting Gladstone. I hear Rockhampton. I hear the Mayor has made past comment up here some months ago about the impending accommodation issues from the overflow from Gladstone. And I'm sure there'll be more impacts from our community into the CQ region in general, and particularly Rockhampton. So some of the lessons we learned down there are very applicable to here. We find that now more than ever, because of the presence of the multinational companies and the changed ways of doing business, that Gladstone is already in a global market today. So that globalism, that new way of doing business, is overflowing through the regions. With the competitiveness that is in Gladstone at the moment and the turn in the economy to the south, we find that a lot of other companies are coming up and seeking work in Gladstone, and they may well have built up relationships with secondary or tier 3 companies further south, and they'll bring those with them. Hence, for Gladstone companies and Rockhampton companies, it's extremely competitive and very difficult often to get part of that business that's generated by the gas. So we decided, and we're quite clear about this, that to find our way through this maze, our people must have something secure, fundamental, intrinsic to help us compete, because that global market is here right now. We seek people to join us who have a belief in themselves. They must have a total commitment to our vision, mission and culture. We seek specialists in that one key area, belief in themselves. If they have that intrinsic value, they'll join us and very quickly pick up and follow the path that we lead. One of the things too that we firmly believe in is that every employee is an ambassador for our business. Every employee will also look in these challenging times where we're competing with major companies from the south, that they have an obligation, they feel they have an obligation to interact with our clients and look for potential business with them. That's a competitive edge, and that's one that's often overlooked. All of our people are client focused. Through our vision, mission, culture, that aids them to deliver excellent outcomes for our clients. Every employee is committed to our vision, mission and culture. It's all we ask. Growth involves change. Through our culture and values, we can assist our employees cope with that change. One of the key things that we find is constant change, and boy oh boy hasn't Gladstone changed, and boy oh boy isn't Rocky about to change, if not already. Constant change is a constant part of growth. It's a global market already in central Queensland, and we need to be prepared for it. We decided that we will accept change. It's the one constant we can count on in our business. One of the key things to do with and interact with our employees and our clients is to be truthful about change. Our younger generations have seen more change than I will see in a lifetime. And I was talking about this yesterday, and when I look back from the time that I left school, say till about 30, things look pretty much the same. Colour TV came in and cars changed a bit, and there was a Commodore 64 computer, and I think. But in the last 20 odd years, boy, it's mobile phones, they now fit in your pocket and you can take photos with them. Our young people, my children, are purchasing products from overseas on the internet. Kindles are out and you can download a book, and all these changes in technology are already in our homes. And sometimes I wonder, are we slow to embrace that change into our business, to give ourselves that technological edge? The one comment that's very true about all this is young people take it for granted. So as new products come out or there's a change in the world, perhaps an old fellow like me tends to think that they're a bit blasé about change. But really, I suppose if I had had that in my younger years, constant change everywhere, I'd be a bit more accepting of it. For us, focusing on change and embracing change has been a key thing to do. So one of the philosophies that came out of this for Phoenix Group was to embrace the younger generations, give them a vision. There are already global players in many aspects of their life. Embrace change, become predictive in examining your business. Steve spoke before of the need to review business plans. That's key. One of the factors in Steve's business plans were at 5 years, and at 2 years he has to change them. Phoenix Group is 4 years young, and we're changing our business plan every 6 months, I'd say. We constantly have to review it. We need to be predictive about it. How do we cope? Well, we predict the future, and your business plan does that, but we involve innovation, training and motivation. Motivation is a key precursor to enabling people to embrace change. So if you share the vision with them, they most likely will follow. If you don't share the vision or the need or the reasons why, they most likely won't. Change is a difficult thing to cope with. Stress. What about stress? So here we are, we're a company that embraces change, and we're saying we all should be doing this because that's the marketplace. It produces stress. A long time ago, it was said to me at Mount Isa Mines when things were particularly difficult with demarcation issues, and we were discussing stress and should we continue or get another job. An older person said to me in those days, he said, "Rod, we didn't get to the moon without stress. And if you look at everything they went through, boy, so you think you're stressed." What it did do is cause me and others, no doubt, who heard that line to reflect and say, well, how we cope with it is important. It's always going to be there. It's the same answers, though, to cope with stress. We need to be aware of it. It's a thing in any company, I would say, any month I hear about people who have had time off for stress. It must cost a fair bit in productivity. We believe it's the same answers as before: innovate, train and motivate. At Phoenix Group, with our staff, we endeavour to be honest yet caring with our people. Most of all, honest. If there's a performance issue, we need to address it. It's all about career development and a pathway for each individual. Encourage a learning culture. That's another key aspect. The knowledge is often with a small group of people in any business. If you participate in the community, and perhaps most of you, I'd imagine, are involved in work experience programs, I ask, and so does our owner, Adrian, that every work experience person ask a question of one of our people. We have an unwritten rule. If you're asked a question, you've got to provide an answer, even if that means you go and look it up or go and ask another person. What we endeavour to do is build the knowledge base within this company that's growing. So we're driving growth, and we need the knowledge base to be spread throughout the company so that people can cope and adapt. So it's very much share the knowledge. Don't hold the knowledge in one place. Our group has 5 divisions, which I'll go through a little bit after. What it also aids us to do is cross-pollinate ideas and knowledge between the divisions. That's another key. You all operate businesses or are involved in business in your community here in Rockhampton. And we in Gladstone. I'm a bit simplistic about it. I say to myself, if I pass an employee, a previous employee, another business owner in the aisle at Woolies doing the shopping, I'd want them to think that Rod's an okay kind of fella, even if we didn't meet eye to eye on some point. Very much the community that we operate in, we're a reflection of it. It's us. So participation in the community in some manner, be it with education and training outcomes through schools or Rotary or whatever, they're things to be very proud of. The thing to do with that is to share it with your employees and let them know. I find, and we've discussed this many times, that we're surprised when we hear that some business is doing something in some area. To me, the sharing of that information encourages everyone to become part of the fabric of the community. Now, it's probably the Australian way not to big-note ourselves, but we can certainly get the message out there that we do that. At Phoenix, we believe in education and training. Apprentices are a key part of us, and we made a serious commitment to the technical college down there to support them to grow the college. So I'm sure each one of you do those things, but encourage other businesses to do it, and don't be shy in letting your staff know the importance of it. The important lesson we have learnt is to be tenacious about sticking to our vision, mission and culture. It helps all of our divisions compete in the global marketplace, which is here, right now. It gives us the outcomes our clients need. So we built a business in 4 years that went from a kitchen table, a home business, to having over 200 people, and sometimes a lot more than that. That business didn't get there without reflection, without knowing who it is. It didn't cope with the ups and downs without having key people that stayed with us, stayed with the company to enable it to grow. And it didn't get there without a clear vision, mission and culture about who we are. So, just in a quick summary, a global market is already in CQ. We need to embrace change, because change is all around us. The local market is being influenced by the multinationals in Gladstone, and every company that's participating in that has had to adopt systems and processes to meet their requirements just to participate. In fact, we find some companies in Gladstone, you may find it here, I see workshops closing and I thought it was generational, but it's really they just can't cope with the change. So although there might be generational reasons for people to close businesses, there are businesses that are suffering because of the changed landscape that we operate in now. Or maybe they've lost market share because someone's put a process in place at another business to get all of Bechtel's work, maybe. So we have to be aware of change. Change is out there, and the only course of action to remain a participant in the business community is to embrace change. Don't be scared. How do you do that? Innovate and re-evaluate. Go through your business, focus on your strategies, financial and otherwise. Determine who you are. Encourage innovation. The interpersonal relationships within Phoenix Group often provide the solutions to the challenges that we have. Be tenacious. Tenaciously stick to your vision, mission and culture. Phoenix clients, Phoenix people. So I gave you a snippet before. The company is not an old company. It's 4 years. But it's grown in difficult times when lots of major players are in Gladstone competing. Phoenix has 5 divisions, and all of those divisions operate through what I call cross-pollination, a flat management structure. At Phoenix you might be involved in mining. Some of our clients in mining are Xstrata, Anglo. We work for and with Komatsu in mining. BMA do work with Goldings, contractors in mining, just to name a few. We provide fleet mobile plant maintenance solutions, so we can look after the whole package, or we can just provide labour to back up their ramp-up needs. So we do the lot. Mining is an industry that, even though the LNG is making major changes to the landscape in Gladstone, mining is something that's been with us for a long time. But it too is going through change, and it's highly competitive out there. Once again, to be competitive, to remain in that industry, we need to embrace change. Another division, Phoenix Labour Hire and Phoenix Diesel Maintenance, is involved in industrial as well. So we work with Rio Tinto's. We went through our third-party safety accreditation, which was a major effort, and we have quality systems in place that are working closely with theirs. We assist on maintenance and shutdown work in there. Other clients are NRG, Orica, to name a few. The list is quite long. I suppose the key point about that is that we can pretty much respond to anything, any of their requirements in that area. You know, this change thing, it's about, as Steve said earlier, there's an opportunity there, let's do it. Let's do it. If our people are not stuck in process, they can use the interpersonal relationships in the company to help us change and adapt to grow the company and take new work. That's the way it goes. We've got a workshop division. In our workshop we have the capacity to carry out component overhauls for the mining industry, to do refurbs on mobile plant for civil and mining. We look after light vehicle fleets. We also look after truck fleets. We're a service agent for a major roller company. We do field service work out of there, right through Gladstone. And in fact, we have the capacity and capability in East Coast Phoenix, which is our workshop division, to operate anywhere up and down the east coast of Australia. Now, it's a definite, each division has capability built into it so that we can respond. So the logistics of operating out west or the logistics of operating in Weipa are things that we can deal with. We have a training company, Curtis Coast Training. We acquired that, and that is that carries out training for Rio Tinto and other major companies. We have the ability to, we are aligned with a major key training provider here in Rockhampton and a couple of others. It gives us the ability to deliver quality training outcomes for mining, industrial, generics, confined space, a whole plethora of a major package there in that area. One of the things it does is it supplements what we do for our clients as part of the quality outcome. So a conscious decision was made to look at opportunities that would work hand in glove with our existing businesses and training our people to perform work on your site, training your people to perform work elsewhere, whatever the case may be. That gives us that cross-pollination that we can deliver those outcomes. Shipping and logistics through Phoenix Shipping. Once again, we have the ability there with transport logistics to move plant and equipment around the nation and major bulk equipment product as well. We do look after coal for one of the coal mines in Gladstone, from the port, from the mine to the port of destination, the QA associated with that, the mixing and all the other bits and pieces involved in coal handling and responsibility for that product until it reaches port of destination. So that background has meant that there was a natural move into the logistics area. So we, through our shipping department, shipping division also, we were able to provide logistical support during the wet season, and that's something that has grown and we were able to offer our clients this year. So if it meant moving people or having a strategy to get pumps into a mine, we can provide those solutions. Our labour hire division has over 10,000 people on the books now. And that's where we recruit and provide support to the companies that are our clients in Gladstone and through the rest of Queensland. We also have works in Western Australia, and because of that global influence that's Gladstone, that's pretty much here, and I'll keep saying that, what's happening there is here as well. We took a global approach and said, well, what's the point of just focusing here? We need to take a big picture strategy, and that applies to everything we do. And these are the opportunities that you guys, if you're not already taking advantage of, the strategies to put in place in your business. And I reckon one of the strengths of any company is your admin team. So admin teams, they love process. A company's growing and changing every day, and I'm sure all of you will have a process in place, and then someone tells you it doesn't work, it's not working. It's often because there's some change in your company. You'll look at that. Imagine when you're going through a growth phase. Change is constant. So our admin people are part of the solution, and their total commitment to the vision enables us to have that backbone of any company strong. So what we say is our diversity is our strength. So East Coast Phoenix, Curtis Coast Training, Phoenix Labour Hire, Phoenix Diesel Maintenance and Phoenix Shipping are all under that banner. And that's a philosophy we firmly believe in. I'll quickly walk you through our vision, mission and culture. Yes, it's a plug for our company, but I think the lesson to learn there is that culture can be, your culture, the philosophy of who you are, can be documented. One of the things I'd say is that the simple fact I'm here today and not worried about the phone means that everybody in our company is on the same page. They know they're business ambassadors for us, every one of them. They have a keen they keenly share the same vision, and they know that any solution they come up with must fit our cultural values. So if it fits the culture, then it must work. Our vision: we will be the global first call of choice through innovative solutions and outstanding commitments from all of our employees to all of our clients. And you know, vision statements, you walk into an office somewhere and you go, oh yeah, there's the vision statement. And I said, you'd say to the business owner, and I've done this, how'd you go with that vision statement? Oh, that was a nightmare. So hard. And then time might pass and I'll go, geez, they're not really exercising that vision, mission statement much. They seem to do, it's not clear cut. It's really good to write down who you are and then ask your people to live by it. That gets you to where you're going. Our mission. How will we get there? We will maintain the highest level of professionalism and ethical standards in all aspects of our business, including our relationships with our clients and employees. Clients and employees are in the same box. They're of equal value. Our mission. We're an experienced and fully resourced business unit that is committed to providing a professional service that focuses on attention to detail. That's who we are, that's how we're going to do it. And that means then some people say, well, we don't actually have that resource in place yet. We will get that resource in place. If it's a decision we've made, it's in our mission, we're going to do it. So there's never any doubt. It means that people don't say no as much as they say yes. Culture. You know, they're only just words unless you live by them. The good thing is we expect our people to live by them. We expect them to strive to work as a team in a safe, caring, respectful learning environment. We have a sense of ownership, achievement, responsibility and recognition of opportunities for growth and improvement. It's part of our induction. We embrace the cultural diversity of the Phoenix Group, individuals, clients and the world through our colleagues and the marketplace. We enrich ourselves and strengthen our company and community as a whole. Community, strength, company, all one picture, aren't they? Diversity, individuals, it's all one. We will develop mutually beneficial relationships with small, medium and large strategic customers around the world, global. We commit 100% to their needs and expectations while striving to exceed them. We challenge ourselves every day to greater heights, raising the bar. We search out and focus on our existing and new client base. So if we walk up to a fitter in the workshop who's just done a job and say to him, how did that go? Is that better than last time you did that job? Is the outcome more efficient, productive, high quality? This is in the induction. We live by this stuff. That's the expectation every day. We acknowledge that change in the market is endless. We seek out and cultivate these new ideas in order to leverage and create change. So if you embrace change, you can be master of it by trying to create some too. Innovation's part of that. Encourage innovation, create change yourself, make the change beneficial to your clients. Steve alluded to it before when he said that there's issues with tenders, and I know companies, and we've probably done it ourselves, where we try to provide the total solution, and if you're not successful, and so certainly some things aren't successful, how can you leverage change? One of the ways you can see through the culture values that every company should have, and probably does in this room, is to get your people to leverage change through their interpersonal relationships. You're encouraging it within your company. We acknowledge and commit continuously to innovate, not just from global technology, but especially from in-house interpersonal creativity. We're asking people to help. Global's there again. From our CEO, we show commitment and recognise the commercial needs of our company, and we will conduct business with safety, honesty, integrity, and most of all, pride. With communication and commitment from everything that is Phoenix, we will exceed our best at all levels in the organisation. We can only ever have a strong regional, national and international company if we maintain safety in our vision, mission and culture. Let's do it together. Gladstone, Rockhampton, Central Queensland is on the world stage now. It's there now. Any company operating here in this area today, in 5 years' time has, or 2 years' time even, has the opportunity to equally have a branch in another country. They're here, why can't we be there? We are already there on the global stage. To achieve, you must be tenacious about it. Embrace change. Phoenix Group CQ is focused on delivering efficient and productive outcomes to a global market that's here right now.